Sup my dudes, Valk here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Madara. Madara is one of the best characters in the game. I used to think he's tied for Broly, but Broly's probably the absolute best character in the game. Madara is probably the second best character in the game, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what makes him so damn good. Now you guys can see, I don't have the craziest of Madara. I have him on Supersonic. He's rank 9, level 33, Prestige 1. It's really nothing compared to the Godbeard. The Godbeard is insane. I'm still working on him. He's Prestige 2, etc. You can see he's 4,000 on placement. Really wacky. But Madara is really, really good for one thing, and that's the fact that he has access to a very cheap full AoE. It's so cheap, in fact, that I don't need to do an infinite to showcase it for you guys. Because that's what Madara does best. He has access to this AoE that's just really, really, really cheap. And it makes it so he's able to really take out the earlier waves and allow you to really set up inside Challenge Rift or anything like that. He just lets you do a lot of really good stuff. So he's awesome. He's solid. He's really, really good in that regard. So we're going to go ahead and place him wave 0, let him do his thing, wave 1. And then we're going to work up to getting a Bulma on the ground. Let the wave pass. That way we can get Bulma. And now that happens, and now we can go here. We're just going to try to go bottom path Bulma. Let Madara kind of do his thing for a second, because we do want gold. That way I can showcase to you guys exactly how good he is. Alright, we're going to do that. Bulma's about to tick. Okay, one more upgrade, and then we can start working on stuff. So, yeah, you gotta kind of sack off the first couple waves to get Bulma up and running, but once Bulma's up and running, with the CEO hat, and when she's mythic, she's really, really, really damn good. So, now that Madara is there, we're going to go ahead and just go straight, just shotgun straight for his full AoE. I'm going to show you guys exactly how good that thing is, because it is very, very, very good. His full AoE is very, very strong. His top path is basically what you're going to be doing 90% of the time. You want to try to get to upgrade 4, but we'll go over both paths because I do want to showcase both paths to you guys. So, you guys will be able to see here, I can already get into his full AoE, wave 5. All in all, it is 5,400 for his full AoE, which he has a really good attack stat behind. It doesn't show it here because I don't have anything good on him as far as traits. I didn't even bring him with a relic because I want you guys to just see how good he is raw. You guys can see full AoE right here very, very early on, and then he gets pretty expensive afterwards. But how expensive he is afterwards doesn't matter, simply because of how good his full AoE is very, very early. And this is what makes him, in my opinion, such a good unit, because he's able to access his full AoE, and he can do things like double buff him with Nami. If we go ahead and do this, you can go here, you can double buff with Nami and stuff like that. So we can do this. And now look at the size of his full AoE. We got super early on, we were able to go ahead and stack our buff stack with Nami to get basically a full map wide AoE and a really, really good setup for incredibly cheap. Very, very cheap setup, very, very easy to get going. It's just really, really strong for climbing through Challenge Rift. However, you are going to reach a point where, because you're only going to the 4th upgrade on this, you are going to end up losing out on damage. You are just simply going to lose out on damage because you're only going to the 4th upgrade. You're not really trying to go any higher. So that's going to make it where you do end up losing out on damage, where somebody that like Whitebeard could actually provide. It's just Whitebeard's very expensive to get into his full AoE, while Madara does it extremely cheaply. So let's go ahead, let's keep going, let's go here. Now you can see he loses his full AoE on the cone. Let's go ahead and sell these guys, because they're going to make his range look absolutely silly. He's going to lose the full AoE on the cone, but he's going to retain being very, very good. Yeah, you guys can see he does lose the full AoE on the cone, but now his last upgrade here is going to cost us 15k, so we're going to have to wait a couple waves to actually be able to get it. But yeah, Madara, genuinely speaking, is pretty cheap. He does have 2 placements by default, as you can see, 1, 2. He does have 2 placements by default, so that is one thing. His bottom path is actually really, really good as well. It's just you're not going to go into it as much. What I recommend doing for Madara, for a lot of people, is inside Challenge Rift. You want to get to upgrade 4 ASAP and then boost it to make it strong, and you want to save up money so you can sell him and replace him to go bottom path, because his top path, while really cool, don't get me wrong, the top path is very, very cool. It's just not worth it for the Susanoo clones, because the Susanoo clones, they are dope, but they don't really do as well as the bottom path, because the bottom path is 3 different hits for his attack stats, so he ends up hitting really, really hard, and he's going to be able to do a lot of damage for your team. But he's really, really good for just getting to that fourth path and installing, and then full sending the bottom path afterwards. Because like I said, the bottom path is where a lot of his power is. So we're almost to the end where we can see this top path and see exactly how good he gets. He is a very strong unit. I know, like, compared to the Godbeard, it doesn't look really that strong, but he definitely is a good unit. You guys can see here, he gets up to 25k. He starts spawning the Susanoo clones that are 10k. I think like 40% of his attack or 30% of his attack or something like that. Pretty good. All in all, pretty good there. And like I said, you're going to eventually try to sell him, come here, and then just shotgun the bottom path. But the bottom path is pretty expensive, but you guys can see the size of the AoE on the bottom path to get here. And it's also, what is this? 4.2k to actually go to the full AoE, basically full AoE of the bottom path on a 3.4 SPA. It's really, really damn good. And you can just buy these 2 damage upgrades. That way you can get your damage up real quick. But it's really, really good because the AoE is so damn high on it that you're able to do a lot of damage this way. This is, like I said, this is ideally where you want to go after you stay at upgrade 4 for a little bit. You want to try to save up enough money to full send either your second Madara or full send your main Madara all the way down to the bottom path. Because the bottom path is really, 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 really good. It's where a lot of your damage is. It's just really expensive whenever you consider the jump from 3k to 8k. That's just a pretty good sized jump, so it's going to take you a second to actually get that money going. And a lot of times in stuff like Challenge Rift, you don't have a second to actually do. So now you can see he's doing the cone attack as well as the meteor. The cone attack plus the meteor is really, really strong combo. And like I said, he's going to be doing multiple hits, so you guys can see he's able to do these multi-hits. He does an initial hit, then an extra hit with the flame cone. It's really, really damn good. All in all, I think Madara is an awesome unit. I think he's very, very worth his second in the best game slot, because his top path, while anything upgrade 5 and 6, really not that good on the top path in my opinion. I think they're cool because the attack stat's so high, but swapping from a full AoE to a cone just doesn't feel good. So I think you're better off like going and buying your time on upgrade 4 inside of it, spending your time on upgrade 4. That way you can go ahead and get some really, really, or get some money saved up. And then once you get the money saved up, then you can start full sending on the bottom path and try to absolutely max it out. Because if you actually manage to max out the bottom path, you'll be sitting pretty. You'll be cooking pretty good. Because bottom path Madara is really, really, really good, especially whenever you max it out. And I believe they actually buffed the hell out of his damage as well in bottom path. I know they made it way more expensive. It used to be significantly less expensive, but instead they just made it buff his damage, or they gave him a good sized damage buff on top of it. So yeah, that is definitely a thing. We're just waiting on money right now to go ahead and get another meteor, so you guys can see his attack stat and everything compared to the beginning, and see exactly how much he scales up bottom path wise. Because I know bottom path, he gets like a new move every one, so it makes it kind of hard to really gauge how good he is. But you can see 20k right there, right, versus what is it, 361 on placement. So yeah, and here you guys can see he's going to be doing the cone attack, and he does 2 meteor attacks on top of it. So he does a ton of damage. He does really, really good on this bottom path. This is where the primary source of his damage is his bottom path, where he's going to absolutely cook. This is mostly how you're going to use him. Normally I show it with buffs, but I'm gonna be real, I don't think I need to with Madara, because the main thing, like I said, is going to be that upgrade 4 top path and then full sending at the bottom. I don't think I need to showcase him with buffs too much, but yeah. Anyways, oh yeah, I forgot. I was supposed to not jump around so much. ADHD kills me, dude. I'm sorry if I jump around too much for you guys. We can try to give him Steve, I think. I don't think we have enough for Steve. What if I sell you? Sell. Come on, give me enough for Steve. And I know we can get this 700, so I can see exactly how much Steve buff affects him. Yeah. 92,000. That's pretty damn good whenever you consider the fact it's hitting 3 times. It's going 1, 2, 3. It's really, really, really damn good. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.